Howdy, everyone. How are you all doing? I personally am doing great today. The audio might be a bit too high. Just lower it a bit. Should be fine like this. I'm gonna drink a bit. I'm not a person who speaks a lot usually, and my mouth got dry. So, okay. I have a really big problem with my memory. I don't remember what happened. Well, I do remember what happened, but not specifically what we have to do right now. So let's just check our diary for a second. Oh, right. Get 2 signatures for Everard. Got Isabel and Lillian in the nameless fishing village down the coast to sign Everard's document. Once the signatures are secured, mail the document to Everard's accountant using the mailbox on the plaza in front of the wireling. Okay, so it says, in the nameless fishing village down the coast. So I think, I don't know if I can show you in the map. So if the hangman is here, the village down the coast. Okay, I think, what, the fisherman's shacks, I suppose? Does it show me where you have to do it? The hangman, policeman, cloak. I'm not completely sure, but we're gonna find out. So I'm thinking it could be the village beyond the bridge. But if that's the case, then we have to wait until Wednesday, I think. Hello, Ada. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Let's see. On Wednesday. Yeah. Then we would have to wait another 2 days. It's still Monday, right? Where do I see that? Yeah, I think it's still Monday. Yeah, I'm doing great. So that's the bridge I was talking about. And we can't open it because it opens on Wednesday, unless I think there was something here that gave us a hint.
A rusting control panel with loose wires dangling out from the hole where an indicator light used to be, and a mechanical lever sitting in the middle. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
We can try to pull the lever.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens.
Push it harder.
Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation.
We can try again.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Was there a sign over there? Same functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning. Yeah, so I guess we either have to wait until Wednesday morning or try to find a solution. I had a test on history today. And how did it go? Did I even get in there before? I don't think so. Some kind of machine and antique cash register.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
No, we don't really care.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
Dig up a truly cool figurine in the box under the table. Yeah, let's do that.
Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say foul.
What is this?
Oh, that's the headless phone rider.
Not bad. I'm glad to hear it. That's nice.
The headless phone rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head. 50 cents. Bargain priced. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
Yeah, sure, let's buy it.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
Yeah, I'm not so sure if it's a lucky figurine, but still, whatever.
The
What's
boom
up here?
boxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Nah. And we can talk to him, maybe?
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
Now that the RCM is here, tell me, have you had any trouble lately?
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Honestly, I think some of your selections are more tasteful than others. Yeah, I'm gonna say this one.
It keeps me entertained.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe. Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
I take the chances. Is Roy high, and if yes, then what is he on?
Okay,
Yeah.
he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer. Looking at his wares, talking to him, that might give you more clues.
But do we really care if he's high? You might be able to aid our
I
investigation.
doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Know anything about the recent hanging? Actually, that's all I've got. Know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
I guess so.
He doesn't know anything.
Actually, that's
The
all I've got.
pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
And I have other business to take care of now. I saw before that we got a
Guillaume
thought.
Le Million.
Oh, we completed it. Cool.
Bad news. Guillaume Le Million did not become a cop. In 38, he went on a tour to the Sinyao province in Safre, where he died of autoerotic asphyxiation. His body was found hanging from a decorative dragon tree in his junior suite amid drug paraphernalia, unwholesome objects, and the Sylvia Trainer single, Wonderland, skipping in the background. And yes, you can take this as a metaphor for Revachol in the 30s, and also as a warning.
Oh, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go open the door for my cat because he doesn't know how to open the door, of course. And from this thought, we got +1 pain threshold, blood oxygen is boring, all psyche, learning caps raised by 1. It's not bad, not bad. And the inventory, we have the figurine. It's a cool figurine, actually. Okay, let's go out. Yeah, it's still day 1. Let's check our journal again for what we can do. I'm not interested by this one. Yeah, this one we have to wait for Wednesday. Let's go call our precinct and tell them that we lost our badge. The phone is in here.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Could you connect me to the 41st precinct? I have something I need to report.
Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over.
Just reporting in. Over.
10-18, state your message, sir.
I need to report my badge missing.
10-9, over.
My badge I can find it anywhere. Basically, it's gone.
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
He knows us.
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
See nothing.
lost his badge?
What?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Can't we just move on? I want to get it reported and be done with it.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
They never mention our real name.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Enough of this now, I have other things to discuss.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun too. Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too.
Oh, fuck.
Say nothing and convince them that you didn't lose your gun. Well, we did lose our gun. So, we could try. 58% chances. I would go for it.
Lying
Nice.
over the phone, it's easy. Just say it like it's the truth. And then it becomes it.
No, of course I didn't lose my
He
gun.
says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
Yeah.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Over.
Transmission completed. Standing by. Over.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Close the door and leave. We did report our badge. We should have finished the... Track down your badge. Checking the done, and yeah, we have report your badge missing. Nice. And what do we have in track down your badge? It's unclear how you should go about finding a tiny piece of plastic in a world as huge as this. Maybe you'll just stumble across it. Down the line, miracles happen. I am really not sure that we're just gonna find it like that. Let's check quickly the map. I'm thinking maybe we could try to go up there. It looks like a village. But I wouldn't rely too much on that, I think. Let's see if maybe if we go on the left here, if we can reach some other place where we didn't go. Didn't go. Maybe we can use the boat of the woman here, or let's try to open this door, maybe.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance.
Yeah, that's not.
The door rattles against your nose. The
Again.
door rattles again, but this time
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Hold on, who am I speaking to?
Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here.
From within comes the faint sound of a broom sweeping across the concrete floor.
This is the police. Open the door.
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
Last time I answered, but I'm not joking, and she didn't give a shit. So please let me inside. It's cold out here.
No, I already told you. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Go check the backyard door.
There must be another entrance to the east.
Backyard door. Yeah, we can try that. Let's see how we can get it there.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
I would like to answer some questions, okay? But I really want to unlock that achievement, so I'm gonna say don't use that tone with me. I am the law.
Sod off, pig man. Art is above the law.
A brush, an artist. The red splatter is urban expressionism.
You keep looking up to the side. What are you looking at?
She turns her head to face the coast and nods disdainfully toward Joyce, performing maintenance on her boat. Hatred, disgust, it's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That Ozon whore. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershaw. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
On a first-name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
Why all that negativity?
Have you got a crush on her? Aching for an opportunity to defend her honor?
Not really. I'm just wondering why you're so angry. I'll catch you later, Cindy. Or maybe no, do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Okay, catch you later.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Yeah, we know. The guy just told us. Backyard door.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Do you think they mean this backyard door? There must be another way into the building.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Why are you whispering? It sounds like you're already in trouble.
There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Actually, really need to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Looks like you've got a good view on the whirling backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
I'm pretty sure he didn't.
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
Some more muscular type. It's the... I'm pretty sure he means the big guy in the crowd.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He's an actor declaiming a soliloquy. See how you hang on his every word?
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend? How intriguing.
What's your friend's real name?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette, all from different angles.
Can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
Yeah, we can't talk to him anymore, so Red will
No.
talk later.
We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
There's no way we're gonna win this. Let him go.
Good luck with the investigation.
Task gained.
He's gone.
We should run after him, see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again. Once we found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
We gained a task. The smoker on the balcony. You met a mysterious stranger smoking on the balcony of the apartment building north of Martinez. He knows something about the murder. Find out where he lives and question him again. Find a way inside the large apartment building in the north. You know where we can go? We can go back here. We can go up on the right. Because there is a room where we didn't get in last time. So maybe let's go check there. Since we basically checked everything at this point, I think. That might actually be the only place where we didn't go. And to go there, we need to go all the way here. And up here. Then we need to get out again. And the place I was talking about, it's here.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
Search the booth.
But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
Take the picture.
It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, René, is dressed in a Royal Carabinier uniform. The girl is young and very pretty. She is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that picture of René?
I'm a cop. It's instinctual to collect
Fine.
evidence.
But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
Sure. So we do have the picture. But nothing major. How do we still get there? We can't interact with anything over there. Collecting rainwater, nothing important. Wait, where do we check what day it is? We should be able to see it in the journal, no? Well, the smoker on the balcony was added today, so Monday, okay, at 2. Monday at 2. So there's still a long way to Wednesday. I was thinking you would probably be able to do it today, but I suppose not. Did we check this?
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Right. Open the drawer.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
Browse through them.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. 2 kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Couron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Anything interesting?
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Force yourself to go through the folders. 42%. Yeah, let's try.
Whatever's hidden here
Nice.
is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
Look at the
It
note.
appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled.
Turn to the lieutenant. Look him. I to note with the list of errands for Everard.
One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
Yeah.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list. What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs? Booze? Blood?
Take another look at the note.
Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht,
And I take a
water
screenshot of
Everart's
this.
plants.
If
Small
ever we
items
need
on
it.
the list
Close the
that do not
drawer.
slide shut.
And let's go out again. Can we get past this guy and open the crate there? No, we can't. Maybe we can go down and talk to people there. I want to talk to the big guy. Maybe he's gonna tell us something more.
Right to work. Right to.
No, but we didn't ask a couple of stuff, so maybe yeah.
Work. Right to.
What exactly is your
We
goal
were
here?
promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you are unable to bridge the entrance.
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guards blocking the way to the access panel.
Oh, we did open it. We'd opened it. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance. I could try to get in through the secretary's office. He points up the stairs, door's locked, he carries blocking. Okay, so maybe we have to go there
I
again.
don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measure. Or whatever he is.
Wait, head measure?
Yeah? That giant up there, on the bridge you talked to. Head measurer. Won't let the workers by. The access panel is right behind him.
How bad could one guy be? Is incapable.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Have you considered storming in? Like, all of you?
Why don't you go arrest them instead? I'm sure they've done plenty of criminal shit. They have that look.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually.
Yeah, I think they will give up, but sure. Okay, let's go up again. Maybe there's some other way that we didn't check out after getting inside. I just read something in the hints in the loading screen, and it told me that if I have to do something a bit sketchy, I can wait that Kim is sleeping. But I didn't know that that was a feature of the game. So maybe what I'm thinking is that we can try to go back to the hotel, sleep. Since Everard gave us also the check to pay the bills, and days should pass, or 1 day at least. So okay, here there is really nothing to do. And up there, I remember there was nothing. So let's go back to the hotel and let's see if we can fall asleep. And if so, I would try to sleep for 2 days so that it's Wednesday and we can get across the bridge. That's it. If we manage to do that today, at least would be nice. Let's get out again. Let's go. Ah, yeah, sure, it was the other door. Oh, this door is open. Ah, it's just a cage. We're just stealing money everywhere we can.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock. It's painted blue.
Try to push on the door.
The door does not budge.
I wonder where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
We might find something pertinent to the investigation, I suppose.
Yes, I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get it.
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
Stereo investigation.
If you say so. Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Yeah. We have another task. Jesus, I was wondering how to check that day and it's just written here in the journal, super huge. Well, yeah, now we're sure that it's Monday. Let's ask him later. Let's go upstairs. And let's get into our place. Oh, we can take the tape. Okay. Not sure what we can do with it, but yeah. The door is busted.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of tape viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor, where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here.
No, I'm not gonna answer. This is where the magic happens, even though I would like to. You're looking at the destruction.
He nods.
I'm sorry for this.
No problem, officer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'd like to leave. It's a mess. door is locked. And I'm pretty sure we cannot open it from here. I think I tried. Yeah. Maybe let's get out from this door. No, nothing here. So maybe we can talk to the manager. Let's see if he can tell us something. If we can have another bedroom where to sleep. Let's go downstairs. Let's go downstairs and talk to the guy. So that also we continue a bit the task for the back door.
Real mature, man. What exactly were you trying to accomplish?
True.
Do you understand
I
you still owe
escaped.
me money, right?
Yeah, I do have money.
Damn, your feet thought we got away.
Hold on, what is this money
What are you,
anyway?
brain damaged?
No, I'm just getting my bearings.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Proceed.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
Don't they get something for effort?
You know what? The stupid drinks you've had are on the house. You know why? Because I know you can't pay for them. Not because you ran away.
Yep.
Now, I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window. That's 100 square.
So we're cool.
Not entirely cool. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you back up there. Now, what the hell did you want? I assume you wanted something to come back here. What thing?
There's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Do you know what's behind it?
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. What?
Okay.
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
So put the money
Yes, have you got it?
Can I pay with this check?
You must be joking, right? You come here, trash everything, and now you try to pay with a novelty check?
Yeah.
This isn't a game show. I'm not going to accept it. You owe me cold, hard money. I want to see that money in the palm of my hand. Every single cent.
You can cash it in at the local frit near the harbor gates, though it might not be enough to cover it.
Like what? I was rarely
Okay,
enjoying
you can
talking
cash it
about the money you owe me.
at the local frit. So let's go out. What is this?
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
Do we even have
But
one?
you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I don't know. Near? South, maybe?
You don't really know, do you? A vague, blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Could I trace the way back somehow?
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
So those are all internalized. Lonesome, long way home. Temporary research bonuses. Research time 6 hours. It's not that much. We can internalize it. We don't. We don't have space to. We can remove this one. Wait, what? We can't? Okay. Yeah, before the damage, sure. Let's go out. And let's go to the Frita place. And try to cash in the check. Should be here. And talk to her, I guess.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
No. I need to exchange this novelty check for cash.
Wow. I didn't know you worked for the Union, sir. Anything else I can do for you?
Yeah, we don't work for them, but... yeah, I'm pretty sure she's not gonna believe us.
No, you don't work for the Union. The Union works for you by supplying you with cash. That was easy, worryingly so. Blow the whole thing on speed and gin right now. Speed and gin. Great combo. Ask some local dealers, maybe.
Does Frita have a warehouse in the back of the Whirling in Rags?
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
This is important.
She scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate adolescent skepticism.
She scrunches up, blah, 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 blah. Continue.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, we asked her about the body, but sure.
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
Thank you for your help. She doesn't know anything, I'm pretty sure. What is this?
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. The bottles wink at you in the light. The smokes too glitter in their wrapping. It's like looking into a kind of heaven. Your knees are weak. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
No. We can resist. I don't want to get drunk. We have 40 real. I am not sure what we can do. Let's check the journal again. Well, we're not drunk anymore, so maybe we can go check out the body again. Should be fine this time. Or maybe we're gonna puke again.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Reconstruct the movement.
The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there, and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south, must have been in a hurry.
Is this connected to the case?
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
Yeah.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went, if you find the time.
We can do that for sure. Is it a new task now? No. Let's inspect the body again.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
I forgot we leveled up endurance, so now we can actually do this. 83%.
As you breathe
Nice.
in, the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons.
Step closer.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Inspect the boots, inspect the belt, inspect the tattoos, look him in the eye, squint, and take a step back. So, how do we get him down? Let's inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Oh, the lieutenant uses a memo technique, A6. That's not just any notebook, it's a classic.
Tell me about the armor.
It's clearly some manner of super armor, or future armor. Super future armor? I'm useless.
What kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
What happened to the rest
The
of it?
locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll know something.
The
Understood.
sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form, ageless and synthetic.
The material looks out of place here. Knock on the boot, pull the boot off. I'm gonna pull the boot
A
off.
stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
No, this is a bad idea, isn't it?
You're going to pull his head off.
Do it, Homo!
Do
Pull
what?
his head off. There's no point performing an autopsy if you do. We'll have compromised the coroner's case.
Okay, yeah, let's not do that, huh?
From this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles.
I suppose.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
Are we not detectives? There may be clues inside
Maybe
the
we
boot.
should concentrate on what's outside the boot and leave what's inside to the boys at processing? Just this once. Besides, there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Sound like a plan. Steal that man's boot, but that would be dishonorable. Refuse. For honor.
All right then. You can pay the hostel bill in honor points. How many honor points have you collected?
Got it.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
The material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking
For
about?
a full set, about 4 years of wages.
4 years of wages, Jesus.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Wait, my yearly pay is
Not too much,
5,500?
yes.
Sounds really no wonder I can pay my hostel bill.
It's a sorry situation, I agree.
Back off and... Yeah. How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
Looks like he worked for a private contractor, like Evrard told us. Wealthy, with state ties. This is way above what we have.
Back off and look
The
at the
cadaver
corpse.
slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso,
Inspect
the
the belt.
hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
The brain tells me
The
so.
local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
They sure wanted him to stay up there.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
How did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
We're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it?
The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
Yeah, we don't remember anything.
Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
Pick off and look at the
The
corpse.
cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
Inspect the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
Is this a map of the night sky?
Map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
So am I.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears, some sort of camera.
Let the lieutenant work. Yeah, that's... Yeah.
Kuno, what the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
Cool machine.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
What do we need this photo
It contains
for?
insight to the victim's person. This was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Now, if you could find someone to decipher it.
Say nothing.
Here, a souvenir. Don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Tell me, who are you, dead man? 28% chance. No, I don't want to lose health. We just have one recovery for each, the health and the morale, so... no, I'm not doing it.
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench.
Squint
Eyes like a shark.
Take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration? Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
His face and hands are pink. Thighs too.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
Relax your eyes.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead. Well, yeah, okay, so... I think he was up right after that. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored. Cover your nose, something's coming out of him. He's beaten up, see the bruises. I think he was up right after death.
Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
You would still like the hypostasis marks in the neck to be a bit more pronounced.
For some reason, my brain would like the pink to be more pronounced, especially in the neck. Yep, seems like a lynching to me. Could still be he was moved after death. Maybe he was strangled by someone. Yeah, maybe they put him there after. Maybe he was strangled by someone.
Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
He's beaten up, see the bruises?
They do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little spot.
Jesus. Continue.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal-like.
Yeah, that's true. He was throwing rocks. Courier knows something's coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Turn around and yell.
Malicious laughter erupts in the yard. Sounds like seagulls.
Big said he's a...
The lieutenant's face is made of stone.
I think he's
I
dead.
agree.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Yes.
Totally dead.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Back off and catch your breath.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
Or do we get him down? That's the
Are you
question.
sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
I think we checked everything. We can have
The
another
cadaver
look.
slowly twists on the cargo belt.
Yeah, it's done.
The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
We should saw the branch. I don't think so. It would fall and crush and destroy itself. Maybe we could shoot him down. What? Maybe we can ask for help from the harbor. I'm out of ideas. Let's have another look at him. We could saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yeah, it seems
There
dangerous.
has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Maybe we can ask for help from the harbor.
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda.
Yeah, let's reconsider. Consider other options first.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt like
Can
chicken.
someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean like the police?
What was that about processing then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots? Why don't they help?
Can the boys from processing take care of this?
No.
Why?
Think of the boys from processing as murderers. Only instead of people, they murder crime scenes. Processing is a wrecking crew. They know how to commission off items and how to work the incinerator in the morgue. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
I'm gonna say this just because it's an option. Maybe we could shoot him down.
Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Point to it there. The buckle will hold his belt together.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Take the shot, Lieutenant. It was the worst thing that could
I blew
happen.
his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence. With his elbow sharp and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks.
Ooh, he's gonna do it. I don't know if it's a good idea, but sure.
Securing it in place, That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle loader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow Stess position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's the partner, shoot this motherfucker down, say nothing. I am gonna say nothing.
The chick's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air.
God damn it.
A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow Stess was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight.
Fucking idiot! Muckaba asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
It's okay.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
Try again,
No,
maybe.
We are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
Yeah. What now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Yeah.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
Can I have the gun? I should try.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have one gun.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banani boyka. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
Feel the weight
The
first.
cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
Point the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
42%. Pull the trigger. Close your left eye first. Point the gun at the Kunosi. Give the gun back to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Close your left eye.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind and your shoulders directing the gun sync up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Okay, it rose. 58%. I hope if I miss, I'm not gonna shoot his head off, really. Let's go. Oh my god, yes.
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces,
Nice.
coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Who killed you?
Communism.
What?
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
You've been policed.
Ace is high.
The Ace is High, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports. The gesture is spread across the world despite the defeat of the revolutionaries themselves.
Slap it.
The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurts from the slap. It's precise and down to the point.
Continue.
I knew these guys were
What now?
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside it.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy.
All right.
In the meantime, we should locate the representative of the logistics company. My preliminary information suggests the Wild Pines have sent a strike negotiator to wrangle back control from the union. I bet she has a fresh perspective to offer us. Since we've already talked to Evrart in the harbor, that interview is done, for better or for worse.
This is a famous list of initial interviews.
Yes. And those were the interviewees. Let's go.
Okay, well, that was cool. We made it. I was waiting for the worst, but yeah. We have a thought here. Ace is high. And we cannot internalize because we don't... Aha! Okay, I didn't know that. How many points do we have? I think we have 2. So let's just unlock, sure. Yeah, we have 2, so let's unlock another one, confirm. So now we can internalize this one and internalize this one. Research time 2 hours 45 and 6 hours and 5. We have a journal here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new tasks. Where is the rest of the armor? Ask him to tell you about the case. Okay, that's the briefing. The victim status. Perform field autopsy. Interview the Wild Pioneers representative. That's the photo. Okay. And then we have 4 to use. Wow, that's a lot. Let's see the lowest ones we have. 3, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2. We have suggestion 0. Authority 1, 1. Okay, I would go... Oh wait, we cannot do anything here. Because I use this, it's the same skill points. Okay, sure. Yeah, it's the same. So I wasted them for the thoughts, which is fine, I guess. Doesn't bother me that much. Let's save just to be sure. I don't want to lose all the progress we made. And we can go talk to the... What did they call her again? The Wild Pines representative. You finished eating, Ada? And what did you eat? You missed quite a fun part. Yeah, let's talk to her.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Do you know something about these tattoos?
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
So you know something about the tattoos?
Better not tie the fourth stay to the bat stay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
What can you tell me about the
Quite a
lynching?
few things, I'm afraid.
Quite a few things, I'm afraid. She felt silent for a moment, contemplating
The
something.
information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
We don't have our badge.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41, Detective Dubois. I'm afraid Harry doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
Oh, and what happened to yours, Detective?
Remember when my partner told you I'm recently suffered for an unusual medical episode? My last badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
It's possible after a night of heavy drinking I lost all memory of my life and the world. I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, this city, nothing.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond.
Just trust me.
I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
Exactly.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Oh, come on.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Yeah, so we can take our chances. 17% with suggestion, and then I'll find it somehow. Let's talk about something else until I do. You ate insalata di tonno, tuna salad. That's nice. Then I'll find it somehow. Let's talk about something else until I do.
Of course. But before we do, officers, let me be perfectly clear.
Yeah.
The situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this lynching business, the better for all of us.
By the way, I've talked to Everett, Claire.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Not at all. I didn't. He's a beautiful man, beautiful and just. He's a hero of the workers' movement. He's a champion. Yeah, no way. He's a blooded rainbow socialist. I can do business with him. For a socialist, it's reasonable. Yeah. I didn't.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually... corruption. That's how he's done it.
Yeah.
Fantastic, Verm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt Verm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something...
How are you liking the game, by the way, Ada? I'm really enjoying it. It's a very fun game, I find.
How could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things. Tell her she'll like you for it.
I'm not sure. He asked me to open a door, he asked me to deliver an envelope. I'd rather talk about something else for now, if you don't mind. He's helping me find my gun.
Oh. That's so helpful of him.
The lieutenant looks at you, and you can swear his jaw muscle is trembling. He's able to contain the anger and surprise.
Oh, he's mad at us.
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this, to gauge their reactions. It's all part of detecting.
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun?
No.
Well, maybe he's not as helpful as you thought then. Is there anything else?
I'd rather talk about something else.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later, down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
Do we have a... No, she does have a license for sure. Not a lot of people on boats are there.
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Wait, we're on an archipelago.
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Technically, the neighboring Ozon and Fas Alamer island groups are archipelagos, while La Caillou, by contrast, is a single fertile landmass, the fourth largest island in the world. It is not an archipelago.
Wait, I thought La Caillou was one big island.
If you want to get technical, the point is we're all on islands here, and sail is still the most expedient way to get from one island to another, especially when you're in a hurry to resolve a strike.
Oh, understood.
She nods attentively.
Good.
Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
So what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain.
You're in good company, it seems.
Why, thank you.
Got
She
it.
nods.
And thank you and bye. Let's check our journal. Joyce info on the lynching. There is something she wants to tell you. You just have to present her with your badge to hear it. Or, perhaps, if you did her a favor, she could have off the formality. Whatever the case, you need to know what she knows. You bought a cover for your phone? Is it cool? What color? Transparent. Nice. Let's see if there's something else that we can do here. We could show the tattoos around. Let's go down here. Yeah, there's nothing else. No, let's go up again. There was a thought.
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname.
Can't look bullet holes.
Where? There? Those are old.
What do you mean old?
These bullets were fired during the revolution, over half a century ago. They do not warrant investigation.
Alright
We
then.
should focus on present crimes, from the present century.
Haha. Let's see if we can ask the guy here about the tattoos.
Right to work! Right!
When a bunch of beats me.
There's something odd in the way he carries it. Fine, it was probably nothing.
Wait, what?
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people. Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence.
You're wearing new clothes?
He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his. Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what.
Maybe they're that guy's clothes?
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Okay, good ask. Where exactly are you from?
What's it to you?
Part of the investigation.
Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people.
Already got that.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
Where?
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Never heard of it.
We're done here. I have a strike to break.
Okay. Maybe we can talk to the big racist guy up there. He has tattoos. Maybe he's gonna tell us something. I recognize them or something. I don't know.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting the fritter nearby. He must think redheads are immigrants.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be small.
Are you sure?
You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation.
What else?
It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Ghul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur-la-Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi.
Interesting.
Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Revacholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al-Ghul. That is the only reason you are here.
Damn, this guy's so bad.
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary when people are sober.
He's an Everett, the Union boss, white.
Oh, don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but you still serve him. How does that factor into your life? You keep telling yourself that, and sorry, of course, I understand now deeper. No, definitely not. You keep telling yourself that. Yeah, but you still serve him.
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
I really want to piss off this guy. Communism is pretty cool.
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you, the fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases, above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
I've got it in from disco, actually.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
Wonderful, we're done with this line of inquiry.
Stoically looks to the distance in silence.
Kim, what do you think about this?
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
There will be our lucky racist.
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits, a protruding occiput, and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
Jesus Christ, this is so bad. Let's go over that funky race classification. No, thank you. I just wanted to see if I could ask about the tattoos. What time is it? It's 8:30. Let's reach the 2 hours and then we can conclude for today. Let's save. Because why not? Let's go perform the field autopsy. That is probably gonna last 10 minutes, if not more. And Kim wanted a break, so that's perfect. Or should we talk to the guy before? The kid? Let's do the autopsy.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
First, what exactly is a field autopsy? Or tell me, who are you, dead man? With just a 28% chance. Or leave, and I'm not gonna leave, so what exactly is a field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Probably, but I don't remember.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano Corpus Mundi is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single Et puis descend to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Actually, it appears I have forgotten what field autopsy is.
Fine. It's a 3-part form to be filled out on the scene by the detectives responsible. One takes note, the other dictates. The goal is to establish cause of death.
Okay, good. I didn't ask for the second pair of gloves. Do we need the scalpel for it? Oh my god.
A scalpel is not always required. I hope this is one of those cases. Latex gloves are, however.
Do you have another pair of gloves? Well, I guess I have to say this.
Unfortunately, no.
I have gardening gloves, maybe they are enough.
They are better than nothing. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things, while you will take notes.
Okay, where should I take these notes? And I'm like, you have a drawer now. Can't you just take them there?
In your paperwork, officer, just fill out the field autopsy form.
Oh my god, we lost everything. You're not gonna believe this. I think I've lost my paperwork.
Now they only have one paperwork too.
Officer, what haven't you lost?
I still have my disco trousers. I haven't lost the satin shirt. My shoes, I have both of them. I found the other one too. None of your business, Kim. I have my case. I still have my disco trousers.
Yes, barely. I can give you my paperwork. There's an autopsy form there. Several, actually. But only if it helps move things along.
Yeah, well, yeah, thank you. I'm sorry I lost everything.
Yes, well...
It's okay to cry, Runkari.
Let's work off yours for now.
Right. The autopsy form is near the end.
Still 28%, so let's just open the notebook at the field autopsy form.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
Begin. 1. Assistant. Let's jump ahead to the 3-part summary that's post this autopsy. No, let's begin. First, assistant.
It's you.
Harry Dubois.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says...
Coroner's case number.
KK57-0803.0815.
Write it down.
Next.
Name.
NA. Next.
Date of
NA.
birth. Age.
Roughly 50.
Dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
I'm gonna write 42, write 50. So we say try 40. The damage is too extensive, it's better to err on the young side. Should I trust my instinct? Yeah, I'm gonna write 42.
He nods.
Nice. Great.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mwindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Write it down.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex.
Fucky, fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Right, fucky. Right, male. It's gonna say male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of
We're
death.
still going with March 4th, 51.
Let's go.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
Okay.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
What exactly is treatment anyway? Agree, no treatment, I'm not sure. What's next? What exactly is treatment anyways?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
Well then, we kind of did that. Agreed, no treatment. I'm not so sure.
A silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest, as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then...
We should start the post-mortem.
Turn the page.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
1. External examination. Summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Write it down.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
Write it down.
Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini.
Write it
The
down.
deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end.
Write it down.
Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
No, let's just write it
Lividity
down.
is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Continue.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
Write
Ligature
down.
mark. The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Good thing we got the chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now... we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully. With as much precision as you can.
See? My pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
%, because our physical abilities are shed. Look for a good spot to
The
cut.
belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there, steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
Should have froze now. 72%. Nice. Let's go.
You jam the cutters right under the knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold. Then...
rotate some
a
more.
really bad smell is coming from there now. And some kind of cracking sound.
I've got some.
Yeah, fuck him! Fuck that faggoty! Corpse fucking time!
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
Let him work.
He sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts, with his elbow to his knee for precision. Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
Here. The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
No! Let's get out and see!
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Inspect the genitals.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
Ready down and
Back
move on.
is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
Last item, hands.
Pick up the hand.
The hand is surprisingly heavy to lift, filled with decay liquids. Feels as though it could explode if squeezed harder. You're suddenly repulsed, so much so you feel compelled to drop it.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Ready down.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Internal examination summary. Description of injuries summary. Take a peek at Kim's notes. Tell me who are you, dead man? Still 28%. Internal examination.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
If I may add the moral to the story.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
I'll write an A.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Write it down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
NA.
Same for toxicology and serology. NA.
NA.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
Write it down.
Gastrointestinal.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Write it down. Omit the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries, and this is still 20%.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fills. Leave a 4th one too.
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
Bite marks.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Non-fatal postmortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusion.
So, the scalp bleeds from a postmortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it postmortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal postmortem.
Right. Next.
Ligature mark. Finish the autopsy.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible. Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush.
That's probably the fatal injury, I would say.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
What now?
Now we put him in a body bag and I drive him to Forborg for processing.
The lieutenant looks at the dead man one more time, then at his notebook, then at the corpse again. You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Search the body one more time, thoroughly. 8%. No. 42%. We could try this one. Let the lieutenant take the body away without further examination. Let's try this one. Nice. Where have you gone? I can see your gun, but who are you? What is happening? I hate you, you stink and you're boring. Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Same voice we heard at the very beginning of the game.
In the past. Way out west.
I can see your gun, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
You are now, but who were you when you were alive?
Killer.
a motherfucker and a killer.
I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Kobo.
What's that anyway?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your imagination.
Right.
Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You've come back later, Kobo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible. Also, see me in your dreams.
Let's begin.
Okay. I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can take care of the rest.
Then what?
It's too late to take him into processing today. I'll take him first thing tomorrow.
Back the corpse and drag it to the motor carriage. Leave. Okay, we put him in the car. Let's save. Save. And as we wanted, we reached 2 hours, even a bit more than 2 hours. Thank you so much for all the people that joined today. It has been very, very nice. You may leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the time spent with me. I certainly did. And have a wonderful night. Bye bye.